Hey everyone, it's Rose from Ignis at Air. I'm a part-time reseller on platforms like Poshmark, eBay, Etsy, and Mercari. In today's video, I'm going to take you to the thrift store with me. I went to the Salvation Army today, and I mainly wanted to hit jeans, but I did have time to hit a few other sections, which will appear in another video. But in this video, I'm going to take you through the women's jeans section and pants section, and let you know why I passed on certain brands, what brands I picked up, what I ended up putting back, and ultimately what I came home with to sell. So let's jump right into it. Okay, American Eagle. I passed on women's American Eagle. This Lucky brand pair looked promising. Size 29, the Brooks Skinny. They looked at first glance to be in good shape. Old Navy, I passed on. Universal Thread, pass. Loft, if I were just starting, I might pick it up to have something in my closet at $1, but otherwise, pass. It's another pair of Luckies that I passed on because they had a stain. Refuge is a pass. We have a Gap is a pass. More American Eagle. More American Eagle. This was No Boundaries. The 505 straights Levi's. I don't know my women's Levi's as well as I know my men's Levi's. I did pick them up to comp, but they were comping at 10 to 15, so I ended up putting them back. The Brooks straights were 18 to 20, so I put those back as well, the Luckies before. Sevens, I didn't even bother to comp these. Only certain sevens are in style, and those were like a knit denim. So I pass. Simply Vera, I pass. Pass. Democracy, some people have luck with it. I do not. I have a pair of camo Democracy Absolutions sitting in my closet that haven't sold. Levi's Signature, I pass in men and women. It's a lower brand line. Chico's sells well for me. A good bread and butter brand. The size tag's cut out, so I'll have to measure it. It did also have this rhinestone embellishment. Those comped around 20 to 25, so I did take those home with me. Today at the thrift store, pink and yellow were half off and white tags were $1. See, Anna, skip that. Liverpool, I don't know that one, but I passed on it. Gloria Vanderbilt, ugh, no thank you. Hollister, no thank you. These Michael Kors I picked up, they were not Michael Kors, they were actual Michael Kors, but they turned out to be like, oh, they were even worse than the Levi's. They were like $8 to $10. No thank you. Here's another pair of Chico's. These also have a nice sequin embellishment on the leg, probably from the same person who cut the size tag off before. I picked those up. St. John's Bay, absolutely not. Arizona, forget it. I don't even know what that is. There's so many. You can see LL Bean, if it were vintage or made in the USA, I would comp it, but modern stuff I won't even pick up. Never saw that before, but it didn't seem like it was worth comping. If I was wrong, tell me. Old Navy, Aeropostale, nope, not even for $1. Splash, no. Red Fox, no. American Eagle, no. Mud, no. Calvin Klein, so disappointing because it has a high retail value, but no. Fashion Nova is kind of like a Shein. It's, you know, an online cheap retailer. More Arrow, Riders, no. No, no, no. Style & Co, no. A lot of these are, that's Banana Republic factory when you see the stars under it. That's pretty much safe for all the brands. If you see the stars, it's usually their outlet brand. Those are Old Navy. Lee Riders, no. Tommy's, no. Tommy's another disappointing one. Reese's, no. Bill Blast, no. Harley Davidson, okay. So these, I comped these, they comped so well, like $45 to $80 depending. They disappeared from my cart. I don't know what happened to them. They did not make it home. I'm so disappointed. I don't know if I accidentally put them back or someone took them out of my cart. But either way, they didn't make it home. Those were so worth picking up. Ugh, that makes me so mad. I just picked up, I was so busy going on about my Harley Davidson, I missed what I picked up. But I ended up putting them back. I think it was a pair of Levi's that didn't comp well either. Wranglers, no. Ralph Lauren Petites. Petites I have a hard time with. They take longer to sell. I have a big death pile. So Talbots, I'll pick up for $1. Simply Vera is a Kohl's brand, no. No Boundaries. I forget where that's sold. Another White Stag, no. BKE's Sabrina Cut. That's a BKE is another word for buckle. I do end up taking those home. Arizona, no. Kenzie, no. Express, no. DL 1961. So I picked these up. I would have brought them home with me. They do take a little longer to sell, but they do have a good sell price. However, those ended up having a stain on them. These J. Crews I picked up because they weren't J. Crew factory. And they looked cute. And I thought I'd comp them, but they also had a big stain on them. So they went back to Lee, no. Log is an H&M brand, so no. Express, no. American Eagle, no. Not in women's unless it's really special. Lee, no. American Eagle, no. There's some like leggings that got thrown in there. Oh, Boundaries, no. Express, no. Cool stonewash on those, but it was a crap brand. I forget what brand it was. Fashion Nova, no. Old Navy, definitely not. Those I didn't recognize. I probably should have comped them, but I just didn't feel like it. They just didn't feel like they were worth it. More Express. Sometimes you can tell the quality of a piece just by touching it and looking at it, and you kind of know if it's worth looking up or not. You know, sometimes I may miss out on something, but I also want to have a certain quality in my closet. There's a pair of Vintage Americas we passed. The tag looks cool. They look like they might be something, but they are not. Okay, that's it for the jeans. Let's move on to the pants. So they start every section with the white stuff, and I don't really give too close of a look at the purely white items because they almost always have a stain. Again, Talbots I'd pick up in a larger size for $1. That was not it. H&M is a pass. There's always these awful, like, stretchy, weird brand legging things in this section, in the black section. Ah, gold! Struck gold here. Rag & Bone is very difficult to find in the wild in Buffalo at all, much less new with tags. And this was such a score. I was so excited. Dress Barn, no. No Boundaries, no. Weird stretchy thing with no brand, no. Sorry, couldn't see that tag. Worthington, no. That brand, it's June and Hudson, I believe. I looked it up, and you know, it wasn't really listed even on Poshmark, even though it looked kind of fancy. See, it's so hard to get into some of these pants. They're so smushed together. International Concepts, no. Covington, no. Worthington again, definitely not. Tahari, I would consider at $1. That pair had that like elastic band waist. It was just like, no. Don't like it.
Very, very pretty. Yes, everybody's gonna want to. Yeah, they already do. You're right.
Riggs is a no. Adrian Vittadini is a shame because she used to have some selling value and now it's so saturated. It sits forever even at a low price. So unless there's something really special about it, I'm not picking it up. And it's gotta be cheap. Zach and Rachel is a no. Sag Harbor, no. Joe B, no. Paula something or other, nope. Gap, no. Is Claiborne, no. White House Black Market. I would see White House Black Market and think the pieces, I'll be like, oh, I really love this. And it's off in Loft or White House Black Market. So it's not worth anything. That was some vintage tag. I do a little bit of vintage. I sell on Etsy, but it's going to be something really different. Those I was looking at because they were Talbots, but they were not $1. So I did not pick them up. AGB, no. Another Talbots, but it was not $1, so I passed on it. I was half tempted, but it was also, you know, large, petite, large, good, petite, a little more difficult, and it was a stretchy velour sort of pant, so I figured it would sit a while. I passed on it. New York Company is a no. Tribal, I don't know that one. I passed on it. Faded Glory is a Walmart brand, so no. BB, high retail value, very low resale value. Another 2B, BB, passed on. I wouldn't even pick up pants like that for $1. The Limited, I love their pants, but again, not a high resale value. Rafaela is a no. And also we got going on B Moss, that looked like another sort of vintage thing. This didn't even have a label. And was probably see-through. Delia, no. See, this kind of looks neat with all the sort of tackle, but Larry Levine, no. Loft is a no, unless it's $1 or something cool. Candies is a no. Island Co. is a no. It's another pair of Loft. Worthington, no. You see how many items you have to go through to find ones that are worth actually picking up. It's a real sort of needle in a haystack type business. You have to really like to comb through racks and shop, which I do. So you get such a rush like finding the rag and bone jeans. Ann Taylor, I would pick up for $1 if it weren't just typical work pants, or if there was something special about the pants, but there wasn't in this case. These T Tahari, that's like sort of a lesser line, T by Tahari, of Tahari. They do make high quality material. They do make high quality clothing. That pair of pants felt really nice and was $1, so I picked those up. They looked like they really had probably never been worn. I'm still gonna list them as used because I don't know that for sure. Here we have a pair of Zara's with an elastic waist. They were, I think, denim, but I passed on them. So a lot of the Zara now at Salvation Army is coming like from the actual retailer, and they're new with tags. However, they're not at regular thrift store prices. They are, ooh, Apartment 9, no. It's half off of the lowest price that's listed on the Zara tag, and you just can't profit on it in most cases. And a lot of it has damage to it, so I have to be really careful when I see new with tag Zara at the thrift store. There's another Adrian Vittadini, I had to pass. Express. Those muds were cute, they reminded me of my youth, but not worth anything. Jessica Simpson, no. New York & Company, no. That was a Sag Harbor, no. I think that was 9 West, so no. Some sort of vintage. There's Talbot's, but it was not $1. Aerie, no. Maze, no. Signature by CJ Banks, nope. Weekends, nope. That one I don't even think had a brand, just a size. New York & Company, no. Wild Fable is Target, no. Lee, no. Old Navy, no. Briggs, no. So many elastic waists. Oof. Nautica. It's another one where I've usually liked the clothes, but they're not worth anything. The Limited, another one that I like, but rarely ever pick up. Those ones looked kind of cool. I liked the fabric, but they were 0 long, and I was like, these are gonna take forever to sell. Express, no. They were $1, so I spent a little extra time, but I'm like, oh, with that white on them, they probably will have a stain that I won't find until I purchase them and I'm trying to list them. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Banana Republic Factory, no. Express, no. I know there's a couple more winners in here. Sonoma, no. Express, no. Loft Factory. No, come on. I think those were, I don't even know what those were. Albert Nipon, never heard of it. So I looked at the material. There was J. Crew. I thought about it for a second. I checked the size. I ended up passing on those. For $1, I would have picked them up. Here's Chico's. I passed on those because the Chico's does better in the larger sizes. They have that vanity sizing, and a 0.5 is, I think, is like a 6 or something, which is not, you know, popular for Chico's. Apartment 9. Nope, nope, nope. And Taylor Petites. Jam Collection. No. It's regular Banana Republic, but that elastic waist, I don't know. These were new with tags Chico's, so slimming, in a size 2.5. They were a short, but it was a good size 2.5. And they were new with tags, and they were half off, so I think they were like $3. So I picked those up. Those came home with me. Those should probably sell for 25, maybe 30 if I'm lucky. Here's another. This pair of Limited I did take home because it was, I think, $3 and new with tags. New with tags definitely helps the situation. Gap, no. Gloria Vanderbilt. Sometimes you walk into the store and it's like all Gloria Vanderbilts. There's shockingly little of it, comparatively speaking, to other thrifts. Those were men's Banana Republic that snuck in there. Sometimes you can find good stuff that's been misplaced, like men's in the women's section or women's in the men's section, that people don't pick up because they're not looking in that section. I've had a few pieces of good luck that way. Refuge, no. Looking for the brand on this one. Sometimes they hide. I don't spend usually too much time on it. Calvin Klein. Look at more elastic waist. Donner, no. British khaki, never heard of it, but it looked cheap. There's another pair of Zara, and I think I show you the tag there. See, it's $24.99, so you'd have to pay $12.50 for those. You can't make a profit on that. If you're looking for stuff for yourself, it's great, but it's definitely not for resellers. I liked those Tommies. I picked those up potentially for me. I have a hard time because Tommy Hilfiger was a brand that I wanted so badly as a teenager and couldn't afford it. And now, you know, it's not all that special anymore, but I still have that. Tommy Hilfiger. That's the Y2K in me. The style is back, but the brand not so much. What are these? Ann Taylor Petites. Yes on those. Larry Levine. No, something looks like a costume. Definitely not. Oh, Chico's Travelers. I like Chico's Travelers. They carry more value than regular Chico's. You're supposed to be able to like throw them in, crumple them up, and then they come out. You don't have to iron them. I end up putting that pair back though because when I was looking at it, the hem, the person who owned it hemmed them up and didn't do a very good job, and it looked like if I tried to let the hem down it might end up with holes in it, so I just didn't want to deal with that. Lee or LEI, I'm not sure how if you say it with the letters or if you try and say it all together, but it's a no. Those Chicos I passed on because they were very summery and a crop pant, and we're kind of getting out of that season. It's a vintage tag. I looked at the materials because if it were vintage and, you know, like all natural materials or linen or something, I might have picked it up for my Etsy shop. But here's another Tommy Hilfiger that I can't help myself but look at, but then it had that spot, so I was like, nope, gives me a reason to put it down. Again, Eddie Bauer, if it had been vintage, something unique, I comped them, they weren't worth anything. I didn't recognize that brand, but the material felt really cheap. Old Navy. I think we're getting to the end here. Maybe, let's see, that was some like Junior's brand. Simply Vera, no. Another vintage tag. Alfred Dunner, no. Express. No, I'm sorry, I didn't even see what that one was. Dockers. No, another old vintage thing. Nope. Rough Hewn is another no. Old Navy, if it were something special, I might, you know, check out. Old Navy is more like a bins pickup if it's something you need. That Zenana back there, Zenana's not worth anything. Rockin' Republic, I always kind of get excited when I see it because it, I think it might be like that really expensive brand whose name I'll like flash up on the screen here because I can't think of it at the moment that's actually worth something, but it never is. Rue 21, no. Garbage. Ambrielle sleepwear. Look, that looks like it comes from a costume. That looks like another vintage thing. Another like costume piece. How is it even worth their time, I wonder, to put some of those pieces out? Like to, you know, label them, price them, have somebody hang them up.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
A lot of Simply Vera. Morona is a Target brand. No. Peck and Peck. It has a high retail value. I have a piece new with tags that's really cute. That's 100% linen. That's just sitting with like zero interest. And those were very summery pants, so I just passed. I have so much in my death pile. Another pair of Chicos.
Is this yours?
That I took a look at. I passed on those because they were cropped and summery. So yeah, that's what I picked up from this trip. You can see you go through a lot of duds before you find something worthwhile. But for me, it's a lot of fun to go hunting, and then when you finally find that exciting piece like those rag and bone pants, the rush, the adrenaline rush that you get is worth all the minutes of going through the garbage. So I hope you liked that video. I hope it helped to see what I passed on, what I picked up, what I picked back. I have a couple more of them coming, so stay tuned. If you liked this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this that I have coming, please hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments if there was anything that you would have picked up or comped that I passed on and you were sitting at home screaming, going, no, you should have gotten that. Or if you thought I was silly for picking something up that I did, also let me know that too. All right, see you soon. Have a great day.